Hi, I'm Olivia Poole with Charleston Art Magazine, and I'm here with Robert Lange and Durfee, and we're going to talk about their upcoming collaborative show called Different Strokes.
Back when Rob did this painting of a lion sitting on top of a chair, and I saw it and I loved it, and I thought, wow, I wish I would have thought of this first. I'm going to do a painting to reflect his idea. And so I did the painting, and I left a space blank on the wall, and I gave the painting to him without him knowing, totally surprised him, and said, hey, can you recreate your painting in a little square in my painting? And really that juxtaposition of his style on mine was something that we weren't quite sure how it was going to turn out, but we loved it. So now we're just trying to experiment with ideas because we each have different vocabulary, not only in painting style, but different things that we love to paint and that we're known for painting, and what happens if we combine them. And so Rob does a lot of photorealism and trompe l'oeil effects, and I do a lot of narrative paintings and creative characters, and so we're literally just meshing those two together for this show.
And it's been a really fun exercise in letting go of the control that artists normally have over their final product. So it's been really neat, I think, working on a little part of a painting, handing it off, and being in as much anticipation as anyone else of what's actually coming back to you as an artist. So Nathan gave me the basics, saying, could you maybe paint a paintbrush right here? And really the only thing to start was a line for the paintbrush and a circle going around the line. So that's about all the planning that we had in the process. So I just paintbrush, any paintbrush I choose, any size, any whatever, as tight and realistic as possible, then hand off that blank panel and Nathan fills in the whole narrative around it. So it's kind of fun because I don't think either one of us really know anything about what the final piece is going to look like besides maybe a few basic ideas.
To have this very tight photorealistic element in the painting has given me opportunities to explore different narratives and ideas, and lending my repertoire of characters enables him to expand his paintings and ideas as well. So we're both taking this opportunity to try things we wouldn't normally do.
It's nice to be I'm normally such a controlled artist that has such an exactitude to the idea that I'm trying to, fulfill on a panel, and it's been really nice to still have that level of control, but the rest of the painting gets to be kind of free, open, and improvised.
I get to mess with it.
Yeah. You get to take some of Rob's control away? This is my favorite one. What's it called?
Michael's Lighthearted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's something really, I think this was a really neat example of what happens when you have these two colliding styles kind of come together, but how the ultimate benefit of that collision can sometimes be greater than, each individual's parts. So for me personally, it was so fun, one, to be painting something that I hold a lot of reverence for. So the actual painting of the Buddha was slow and methodic. I'd never painted the Buddha before, so there's a certain amount of pressure that goes along with painting something that you have a certain amount of reverence for. So it's slow. It was all night painting, so it was 10 p.m. till 4 a.m., maybe 2 or 3 nights or so, painting this little guy and having this slightly almost like spiritual experience with it. And then there's something so wonderful, and kind of goes into Buddhist practice as well, of taking this thing that you hold so precious and dear and being willing to just let go of all of the control of where it's going next. But there was a little tabletop under here, and it had this, the original photo that I was working with had this dark, dim, romantic lighting, and almost to a certain extent he felt a little controlled and stiff, in a sense. So to be able to hand that off and have Nathan build this entire narrative around it, that for me kind of frees up the entire painting and lets it be read as this lighthearted, wonderfully airy, kind of still spiritual, has both vibes kind of going on in it, but
And Nathan, tell us about the pink elephant.
Well, Michael is a character of mine that I have been developing over the past year, and throughout all these pieces, he's been this one he's been very timid, and at the same time yearns for adventure. It's that person that is always shy and nervous, but secretly wants to go out and discover things and fight battles. And there's also an element of weightlessness that's associated with him. He's trying to get out places, usually through balloons, such as this one. And this idea of having him meditate and the balloon is there merely as a visual cue to help him elevate himself. It's certainly not supporting him, he's supporting himself. The balloon just represents a mental picture for him to help him out. And to also have him teetering above the Buddha and also mimic him as far as body type creates that idea where he's calm enough that he can trust himself being on top of the Buddha, because if he loses his train of thought, he's going to kill the Buddha.
Our show is going to be December 4th here. Opening reception 5 to 8
or so. It's an art walk night.
5
It
until-
also happens to fall on to the exact date 5-year anniversary of Megan and myself opening a gallery in Charleston. So it'll be a fun one. Time to celebrate.
5 till ... then
Yeah.
question mark.
And
We're going to have 10 paintings on display, as well as the collaborative piece with Mike Moran. And also, we are working on some new work individually, so there'll be some new paintings on display by myself and Rob.
yep.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
I worry about that elephant falling on him. I do.
He's alright. He's fine.
There's one person you don't need to worry about.
Buddha?
It's the Buddha.
He's so cute. Just want to squeeze him. And this guy.